Hey y'all, it's Kathy. I am in for a little crafting therapy today, so I thought I'd bring y'all along. I hope everybody's having a good day. I'm going to say I am because I refuse to say I'm not. Yeah, just got some pains inside and outside today. So I'm going to craft. So anyway, on a happier note, yeah. The sun's shining. It's a beautiful day. It's in the 60s this morning. Oh, I forgot to show y'all what I'm going to make. Okay, I'm closing up my envelope flaps. I've got 2 envelopes the same size. And here is what I thought I'd try to make. This is an envelope expansion pocket. And it also has a pocket here and a pocket here. So you can slide things in. And then I did the tab and I put an eyelet in it and hung a dangle from it. This is a quick pocket and it'll be glued in either as a pocket or a tuck on the back. So actually you've got 5 places to stuff things in there. You've got 2 expansion pockets here, and then you've got one here, and then in the back. So yeah, we're going to try that. Now, I have to tell you, yesterday I tried to make these on a video, and it just did not happen for me. So, yeah, I'm trying again today, and today is going to be a good day. I've got a funny story to tell you, too. One, scary one. I had told y'all in a previous video that my dad's birthday was coming up. Well, yesterday was my dad's birthday. And I took he and my mom on a ride. We went over across the parkway and went to get my dad's favorite sandwich is a muffaletta. We lived in New Orleans for a while, and my dad discovered this sandwich at the Central Grocery, and he just absolutely loves them. So, we have found a restaurant here that is good old Cajun cooking. And so every once in a while, I take them up there to get a muffaletta. Well, we were going across the parkway, and there was not a lot of traffic. It was really nice, beautiful day. So we were having just a really good ride. The speed limit there is like, it goes from 35 to 25. It's, not very fast. And I usually try to stay right there as long as there's not anybody on my tail. And if somebody's on my tail, I'll pull over at one of the scenic view areas and let them pass. And I did that once. I pulled over and let someone pass. And there was an antifreeze green Dodge behind me. And I thought, oh, he's going to want to pass. But he really never came up on me. So I think maybe he was just driving the scenic parkway also. So, okay. And what I've done here is I have folded my envelope that I left completely sealed. I glued my flap down, left my envelope sealed, and folded that envelope in half. And it's going to fit right here on the bottom part of my second envelope. I opened the edge of my second envelope And a lot of times to open an edge, I'll just cut that edge off a little bit. But I don't want to change the width of that envelope. I want it to be exactly the same size as my inside folded envelope. And then what I did was I just laid this on here. And I folded this over to make a flap on the front. This forms this pocket and this pocket. And then we'll open it up and have our expansion pockets made out of this envelope. So what I'm going to do right now, and I know this seems really silly, but my mind does not think in right side up and upside down. I can literally read upside down as well as I can read right side up. It is the weirdest thing. So I am going to mark the places where I want to cover the envelopes because, yep, I will turn it over and cover the wrong part every time. So I want to cover this. I want to cover this. I want to cover this. And I want to cover this. So here we go. So anyway, back to the Parkway. That green Dodge stayed right behind, well, not right behind me. He stayed behind me. He was a little bit behind, not pushing me. So we're just going along, enjoying the scenery and having a nice talk. And all of a sudden, this motorcycle. Now, the Parkway is double yellow line all the way, and it's like this. All of a sudden, this motorcycle came out around me, scared the living daylights out of me, because it was right at my door, and he had to have been going at least 100 miles an hour. So, yeah, that was... I literally, he could have made me wreck because I literally jumped in my seat. He came up that fast. And I looked behind me and that green Dodge was still back there. But, yeah, the motorcycle had come around both of us at the same time. And at such a speed that... oh, it was just awful. So anyway, I got myself calmed down from that. And then the green Dodge had pulled off somewhere at one of the viewing points. And so they were no longer behind me. But two other cars came up and they had gotten pretty close behind me. So I thought, well, they want to go on. And all the hot rods are in town this week. And it's just, ugh. But anyway, I thought these two cars want to go on. So the next little viewing area, I pulled over to let them go. Do you know those two jokers pulled over right behind me? They wanted to go to the viewing area. So I'm like, okay. Okay, now, the other thing that I have to remember is that this is right side up. So I'm going to place my paper on there. And there we go. So it is going to be right side up from the bottom. Wouldn't really matter on this paper too much, but enough that I want to make sure I do it right. So anyway, I got back on the Parkway and we made it without further event to the restaurant. So we got our sandwiches. I went in, we picked them up because it's a small restaurant and it's just hard to navigate walkers and things. And so, So yeah, I went in and got the order. Everything's good. I came out and I went to the back door of the car where my dad was sitting and handed him the food. And he sat it over in the back seat, and I closed his door back and started around the back of the car to go over to the driver's side. And the next thing I knew, I was on the ground. I did a face plant in the parking lot. All I can figure out is I tripped over my shoe. So anyway, you know, you immediately look around to see if anybody is watching, if anybody saw you. Well, nobody came running, so my estimation was that nobody was standing in the parking lot laughing at me anyway. So yeah, I picked myself up and brushed myself off and went and got in the car. I knew that I had really hurt my knee. My left knee is, I've been told it needs to be replaced, but yeah. I'm glad I didn't have an artificial knee when I did that. So, Lord works in mysterious ways. So anyway, I got in the car and told myself I was not going to cry. I put on my brave face and drove home. Well, lo and behold, I had decided I wasn't going to come across the parkway to come back home. And then I said, well, yeah, I think I am, because there's less traffic up there. It's all windy, but it's not too bad. But at least the road's wide enough that, you know, even in the windy parts, you aren't worried about running off the side of the road too much. So I got back on the parkway, and do you know, another one of those jokers on a motorcycle came flying around me. I saw this one coming, though. So this one didn't scare me because I saw it coming. So, yeah. Now I got to find another piece of paper. And I don't seem to have any big enough right here. So let's just go with a different piece. So anyway, I saw that one coming, so it wasn't quite as much of a shock to my system. So he came out and went around me, crossed the double yellow line in a curve. Yeah, I just don't understand. Just don't understand. But, you know, their mamas can't know what they're out doing. So anyway, we had an uneventful ride after that and got home and all that good stuff. So yeah, I walked a lot on my knee, on my leg after I got home trying to work it out. And I think I did pretty good. It's swollen and it's fevered, but it's okay. So I am going to be all right. I survived the ride. I survived my knee. I survived the parking lot. So yeah, it was eventful to say the least. But my parents had their muffaletta and they really enjoyed it. And here I'm remembering that this is my top. Because this paper is also a little bit directional. It's got a pear or an apple or something right here. I think they're pears because this is a pear. Anyway, yeah. So, life is good. Life is good. So, Yeah, that was a real eventful little trip. I thought to myself, no wonder I like to stay home so much, because these people out here are just crazy. And then my crazy self falls in the parking lot. It's much safer for me at home. Much safer for me at home. Today is my granddaughter's 2nd birthday. And the sad part is I don't think that we're going to get to see her. Okay, let's see what we got going on here now. I'm going to wipe that glue up before I get myself in it. Okay, yeah, I like that. That's a pretty one. I'm just going to pull off these places where I didn't get my blade in quite the right place, but it's okay. It's still a pocket. Okay, now the trick to making those expansion pockets is a simple one. You've got your envelope here. Oh, I guess I need to make them pockets. I need to open that up. So I'm going to open up the top edge on both halves of the envelope. And I think that I can get this done all at once. I might better get the bigger cutter. The bigger cutter. So yeah, I hope that you all have a happy Saturday. Oh, and the other thing is, I found out when I got home, I found out why those jokers were on the parkway with their motorcycles going 90 miles an hour, or 100, is because the road that the motorcyclers like to ride so much, because it has like 300 and something curves in 11 miles. I think it's like 317 curves in 11 miles. Yeah. That road's closed because of that wildfire I talked about not too long ago. So, the jokers are up on the parkway. Okay, so now the trick to making the expansion pockets is just to go down the middle with your glue. Get that glued down like that. My art glitter glue should dry pretty quickly so I can show you what it does. What that glue does is it glues the centers together so that the pockets can expand out. Then to glue it to your back envelope, all you're going to do is you're going to do the center so that the pocket can expand out, and then you're going to do across the bottom to really attach it to the back envelope. And then just put it on there. And I saw this. I'm sorry, I have to look. It's been a couple of days. I saw this. I saw Jennifer at A Trace of Sparkle doing this, and she said she saw it on Pink Strawberries, and both of those ladies are real good at what they do. Now, you could punch tabs, thumb notches in here, in here. I don't on this one because I like that nice clean look. And a lot of times I use junk mail envelopes for this. Now, I have used plain white envelopes to show y'all, and I will ink around. I got that a little bit crooked, so I'll ink around all that, and all that whiteness will go away. But what I wanted to show y'all about the white envelopes as opposed to the junk mail envelopes. See, you just have white here. You can ink that. I just would leave that. Just white is fine. But on the junk mail envelopes, number one, you often have that security print inside. And then on the sides, you're going to have whatever's printed on the envelope. That does not bother me because that's not what I'm looking at when I have my journal page open. So, yeah, that doesn't bother me so much. If you wanted to ink it, you could get in there and ink it, or you could mat all of that before you glue it together. Either way is good. And you can see on this one, I made my side pockets on the opposite side. There we go. So these side pockets are on the left. These side pockets are on the right. So yeah, and then for this one, I just took a tab, and we'll do this. We'll take a page tab, and then I used my eyelet setter and put an eyelet in there. So let's give it a go. And I think I have some more page tabs cut here. Doesn't have to be fancy. I've got, yeah, see, that one's not quite right. So what I'll do is cover up my glue first. Sheesh. See, you just can't keep me straight. And I'm going to get my little tab punch out. And find a piece of, here we go, that'll look good. Okay. And I do want it doubled over. And then I'm just gonna punch my tab. And I did use cardstock for this, so that it'll be a little bit more hefty, because I am gonna hang something from it. Okay, so we're gonna put this right here. And what I might do to make it even more hefty is come in here with a little extra cardstock and just beef that edge up a little bit where I'm going to hang that dangle. I'm going to put that eyelet in there, and I just want that beefed up a little bit. And that's just a matter of gluing something extra in there. Okay, so now glue my tab on. Lay it down somewhere in the middle. Somewhere close to straight. And there we go. There's our little tab. Now you could stop here. You could decorate your tab, decorate your your pocket. Put lace on your cards that you're going to put in the sides, and that way it'll be decorated here. But I, instead of leaving well enough alone, am going to put an eyelet, give it a try. And this is We Are Memory Keepers, and this is a heavy duty 1/4 inch punch. Make sure I get up far enough to get that eyelet in there. Now, pick out an eyelet. And I do want a 1/4 inch eyelet. And if I could find brown, that would be wonderful. But if I can't, I have got plenty of choices up in here. Too bright. Yeah, I should have had this picked out before I started, shouldn't I? If I had been thinking, I would have. There we go. What's this? Perfect. Perfect. Yeah, I think I'm living dangerously. I'm not going to put that protector on there. Oh, didn't put those up. Save that for later. Oh, sorry. Just hit y'all with my head. Ouch. I hope you're still in frame. Yeah. The ouch was for my knee. Oh my goodness. Well, I have to say my knee is feeling much better today than it was last night. So I am hopeful that all is going to be well and the world is going to be beautiful again. Okay, now, because I have a 1/4 inch eyelet, I usually use my Crop-A-Dile. But I have found recently that I'm not having as much luck with it on the 1/4 inch eyelets. So, I've been using this dude that I got off of Amazon. And I got it because I wanted the eyelets that came with it. So, this was kind of an extra that came along. And I'm very happy with that because it seems to do a really good job. And now, see, it's got a beautiful front, and the back is, well, for what it is, it's perfect. It made that eyelet very nice. But what I'm going to do is take one of my, sorry for my arm, y'all, and I probably have my head all up in the place. What I'm going to do is take a, yeah, whatever that is, hole reinforcer, and just put it over those raw edges. And you can cut out a hole reinforcer out of cardstock if you want to and get it glued on there. Yeah, but I really like these hole reinforcers. I found them at Office Depot one time. See how nice and finished that makes that look? And then we can come in here and hang something from it. I know this doesn't match real well, but here we go. Y'all, my hands were a mess. Didn't even put lotion on this morning. See, I would want that up here, and I would want different colors. Maybe without that one. See how cute that is? Okay, I like it. All right, guys, I'm pretty sure I've bent your ears for long enough today. So I am going to end this video. I'm going to tell you I hope you have a wonderful day. I am going to. Everything is going to be okay. So, yeah. Thank y'all for watching. And thank y'all for happy thoughts. I hope you have a happy day. And I hope you can find some time to craft. See you next time.